Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So let's start the prayer. I hope you all can hear me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Habhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki. Today we'll be discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter and 15th verse. So if anyone have, you can just on the mute itself, you can repeat. Jugupsitam dharmakrute anushashataha स्वभावरक्तस्य महान् व्यतिक्रमः यद् वाक्यथो धर्म इति रता स्थितो न मन्यते तस्य निवारणं जनः जुगुप्सितं धर्मकृते अनुशासतः स्वभावरक्तस्य महान् व्यतिक्रमः यद्वाक्यतो धर्म इति तरः स्थितो न मन्यते तस्य निवारणं जनः जुगुप्सितं धर्मकृते अनुशासतः स्वभावरक्तस्य महान् व्यतिक्रमः यद्वाक्यतो धर्म इतीतरः स्थितो न मन्यते तस्य निवारणं जनः Jugupsitam, very condemned, dharmakrute, for the matter of religion, anushashataha, instruction, swabhavaraktasya, naturally inclined, mahan, great, vyatikramaha, unreasonable, yat vakyataha, under whose instruction, dharmaha, religion, iti, it is, thus, itaraha, the people in general, stitaha, fixed, na, do not, manyate, think, tasya, of that, nivaranam, prohibition, janaha, they. So translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki chai. The people in general are naturally inclined to enjoy, and you have encouraged them in that way in the name of religion. This is verily condemned and is quite unreasonable because they are guided under your instructions. They will accept such activities in the name of religion and will hardly care for prohibition. So, purport yesterday, Nijendra Prabhuji. So, we discussed first paragraph. So, I'll read the rest of the paragraph. In the Vedas, it is distinctly said that the perfection of life is never to be attained either by voluminous work or by accumulation of wealth or even by increasing the population, but it is so attained only by renunciation. The materialistic men do not care to listen to such injunctions. According to them, the so-called renounced order of life is meant for those who are unable to earn their livelihood because of some corporeal defects, or for persons who have failed to achieve prosperity in family life. So in histories like Mahabharata, of course, there are topics on transcendental subjects along with material topics. The Bhagavad Gita is there in the Mahabharata. The whole idea of Mahabharata culminates in the ultimate instructions of the Bhagavad Gita, that one should relinquish all other engagements and should engage oneself solely and fully in surrendering into the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. But men with the materialistic tendencies are more attracted to the politics, economics, and philanthropic activities mentioned in the Mahabharata than to the principal topic, namely the Bhagavad Gita. This compromising spirit of Vyasudeva is directly condemned by Narada, who advised him to directly proclaimed that the prime necessity of human life is to realize one's eternal relation with the Lord and thus surrender unto Him without delay. A patient suffering from a particular type of malady is almost always inclined to accept eatables which are forbidden for him. The expert physician doesn't make any compromise with the patient by allowing him to take partially what he should not at all take. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that a man attached to fruitive work should not be discouraged from his occupation, for gradually he may be elevated to the position of self-realization. This is sometimes applicable for those who are only dry empiric philosophers without spiritual realization. But those who are in the devotion line need not be always be so advised. नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री जय कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So yeah, yesterday this was is discussed, Prabhu, Nijendra Prabhu. So we'll continue that discussion. So this is mainly the dialogue between Sri Narada Muni and Srila Vasudev. So Vasudev had compiled all Vedas, Upanishads, and all the Mahabharatas, Puranas. Yet, so he was felt emptiness in his writings, so in his all literatures. But at that point, Narad Muni arrives and asked Vasudev, why you are unhappy, right? And so he has given so much knowledge, so he was unhappy. And he did some subtle mistakes, so he was unhappy. And then Narad Muni is explaining why you are unhappy. So what is the reason main behind the reason for your unhappiness? So and then started Narada Muni asking, telling all the things that's what in this chapter, right? So jugupsitam dharma krute, so anushashataha. So it is a great mistake actually. So one preacher, they do mistakes in the name of the religion. So which may be so to present abominable activities or material activities, whatever, in the name of religious. So because of the people are in generally already attached to this sense enjoyment, so they'll follow such words. Those who are preachers are giving so not right information to the people. So since they are already attached to senses, they will take it easily and then refuse all the higher things, right? So that is what Narada Muni is talking about the same thing. So Narada Muni also giving strong warning for all actually spiritual teachers and leaders. So people in this world, so since they are already swabhava laktasya, so they are already attached, naturally attached to pleasure. So, and then their comfortness, their prestige, everything they are attached already. But if you are telling so easily, so in the name of religion, so what will happen? So they will actually continuously continue their all the attachments. So that's what. So if the preacher says, so yes, that's correct. Enjoy. That is also dharma. So the people will follow immediately, right, in the material world. So and they become and all that become like Mahan Vetikramahan means, so that is great sin actually, what the preacher, the great acharyas, they do. If you say in the name of dharma, if they say, so yeah, you can enjoy along with your dharma. So that's great sin, that's what they're doing. So that is which is unreasonable. So because once you tell someone their intelligence is spiritual activities, which now whatever they are doing continuously they can do along with the religion. So that is not right. So that is clearly Narada Muni is telling. So that is actually abominable activities. That is actually sinful activity that one are doing, like great acharyas. And if you are not giving right information, so that is not right. So yadvakyato dharma iti taraha stitho. So namanyate tasya nivaranam janaha. Right? So yadvakya. So whatever preacher leader says, so people will follow. So what is dharma here? So to understand dharma, what is actually real dharma? So that real dharma is which wakens one love to God. Right? So we have seen in earlier shlokas, second chapter, savai pumsam paro dharma yatho bhaktir adokshaje ahaituki apratiyata yayatma suprasidati. So savai pumsam paro dharma means the supreme occupation of one's is humanly nature is one can attain the loving devotion of Lord. So that is what savai pumsam parodharma. So once a human, as a human, if you take birth as human, their actual occupation is to love, to attain the loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Such devotional service must be haituki apratihata. So means it should be unmotivated, uninterrupted, completely satisfied to self. So that is what actual real dharma. So it should awaken one from their nature to love the God. That is what actual real dharma. But what is actually false dharma? False dharma, which is actually something when rituals are religious acting, so done in material benefit. Any rituals that we do, so for material benefit, for wealth, health, prestige, and for enjoyment, sense enjoyment, whatever religious activities you do, that is called actually false dharma. So there is a difference between real dharma, false dharma. So whatever activity you do, we do yagnas, we do so many religious activities. So if it is you are aiming that you have some getting benefit, you are thinking of benefit from out of it, that will be false dharma. If you are doing any sacrifices with the intention of loving service to Supreme Lord without any motivation, so without any unmotivated and interrupted service, that is actually real dharma, right? So when dharma becomes a tool of enjoyment, so it becomes jugupsitam. So you should not use that as a tool for enjoyment. So that will become jugupsitam means, so it's really spiritually very dangerous. And then it is condemned. Narada Muni is condemning that one. Srila Prabhupada also writes in the purport, if religion encourages sense enjoyment, it is not a religion at all, right? So it is a cheating religion. So Prabhupada clearly says it is a cheating religion. So religion means we should always loving service to the devotion to the Supreme Lord. So a blind person, what will do? A blind person leading another blind person. What will happen? Imagine a group of blind people is walking, and the leader is also blind. So he says, okay, follow me, I know the way. What will happen? The leader also blind, the people also following are blind. What will happen? All of them fall into a ditch, right? So similarly, if a guru himself materially attached, if it is spiritual master or our teacher is materially attached, so he cannot lead others in the light of Krishna, right? So they cannot even lead others for Krishna consciousness. So the guru should be actually materially detached so that his followers also will follow him. So in Bhagavad Gita, third chapter explains it, Yadyadhacharati tadeva itaraha janaha. This verse actually says that whatever a great man does, the other man also follow him. Whatever he sets up path, the standard, so the world will follow him. It emphasizes the importance of the example set by the leader. So the leader should be properly spiritualized. He should be materially detached. you should properly give the right information, right conscious to the people, so that they'll become pure Krishna consciousness. So that is danger. That is the danger Narada Muni is actually pointing out. So we should give the proper, actually, realization to the people. We should not just compromise the thing. So in this world, people are like very lusty and greedy. So already attached to the material sensual pleasures. So one example is, so King Yayati is the best example for the lusty things. So how he was so lusty. So there was a story on the Mahabharata on this. So Devayani, who is actually daughter of Sukracharya, who is the Rajaguru of um, Demon King, who is the Urshaparva. So our Kulaguru, a demon of the Demon King Urshaparva. And then Shukracharya also has a daughter, so Devayani. So what happened? Devayani and Sharmishta. Sharmishta is actually Demon King daughter, and uh, Sh- Devayani is actually daughter of Shukracharya. So both are very beautiful, and they are both are very close friends as well. One day they were, um, yeah, they went to for Jalakrida. So when they were after Jalakrida, so when they are wearing the clothes, so by mistake, Sharmishta wore Devayani cloth. So Devayani was got angry. How could you wear my clothes? So I am Brahmana son, Brahmana daughter. So how could you wear my son? She got anger, and then she uh, she scolded uh, Sharmishta. And then Sharmishta also started getting angry, and then both are really got into fight. And finally, Sharmishta pushed Devayani into a well, and then she left the place. And Devayani was inside the well, and she was crying, and she was asking for the help. She was shouting. Nobody was come. And and after some time, so the king Yayati, who is actually righteous ruler, and he was very young king and performing all the activities and ruling. He saw that there was one person inside the well, and then so finally he has to pull her. He gave a hand and pull her from the well out. And in that time, one give right hand to a girl, boy gives a right hand to girl, any ladies, girl. So they should actually marry. Only the person who is the husband can hold a hand. So Devayani expressed her thing to marry him, and he is actually Kshatriya, but she is actually not Kshatriya. She is a Brahmana girl. So finally, so she informed all the things to his father Shukracharya. So, and then she was very angry on Sharmishta, whatever she done. And then Shukracharya was angry on Sharmishta, the daughter of Rishaparva, who is the king, a demon king. And then with angry, Shukracharya goes to the king Rishaparva, and he told, so what happened, what Sharmishta has done. And then finally he said, I don't want to stay back in your place. I wanted to leave that place. So, and then the king, so he was worried. He's the Kulaguru, he's the Rajaguru. Without him, so he cannot run the kingdom. And then finally he said, whatever you wanted to say, we'll listen. So don't please leave us. And then he told, so according to Devayani, so the Sharmishta should become maid servant to the uh, Devayani for her lifelong. And finally, the king doesn't have any other choice. He had to agree. So finally, they agreed. Okay, Sharmishta, my daughter, will become maid servant for your daughter Devayani. And then Devayani married to Yayati. Yayati, and then Shukracharya in meantime he told, because once Devayani goes to go along with Yayati, Sharmishta has to go because she is a servant of Devayani for lifetime. And then Shukracharya told Yayati, you should not see Sharmishta anytime. You should not see means you should not have any affair with Sharmishta anymore. If you do that, so that will be, so I'll curse you. So he told Oyan, he just warned Yayati before even they leave the place. And then they went, all three went to they get married, and then they went to King Yayati's place. So one day, so Yayati, one day Sharmishta has seen Yayati. Yayati is very young king and very handsome person, and then she was attracted, and she wanted to beget a child from Yayati. So both are united, and then they got child. So that was, came to know that Devyani very later stage, and then she was angry, and then she went back to Shukracharya's father and told. So Yayati and Sharmishta, so they cheated me in such a way that, so they got a kid also. So and then Shukracharya got angry, and then he cursed Yayati that, so you become old. So you get the old age. And then finally Hayati came to know that, and then he begged Shukracharya, please don't do that. I have just, very young, I'm very young. So I wanted to enjoy my young age. Please don't do that. And then after um, requesting so much on that, and then Shukracharya told, only one way, I cannot change any curse and my curse, but only one thing I can do is, so anybody who was ready to take your old age, so that you can take their young age. Any young person can take your old age, so you can take, just exchange your age with a young. So and then finally, so he came and asked, he had actually five sons, two from Devyani, three from Sharmishta. So, and first son who asked Yadu, she don't agree. All four sons are not agreed to exchange their age. But last one, Puru, who is actually Sharmisha's son, who was last son, young son, agreed to exchange the age. And then they exchanged. And then he just gave the benediction to Puru that, so your reign will be continued. So, and then he was become young, and he enjoyed 1,000 years. You think that what is the lusty of Yayatis? He enjoyed youth age by taking his sons. So 1,000 years he enjoyed with all the things, and finally, he finally one day he said, "Okay, it's enough. My enjoyment is enough." And then he renounced everything, and he left from the place. So, so this is, lust can never be satisfied by enjoyment. Just as fire is never extinguished by pouring ghee, it never satisfy. As long as we justify enjoyment in the name of dharma, that remains bound in that. All right. So will lust ever ends by enjoyment? Never, never ever. Just as fire, right? So fire cannot quench by pouring ghee. It will become more. The flame will be very more. As soon as you pour a ghee, the fire become more. Desires also same thing. It cannot be satisfied by fulfilling them. So Ayati also same thing. He was not satisfied. He took his engage from his son, and then he continued the enjoyment for thousands of years. Right. So finally he realized, and he detached from all the place, and then he attained. So that is the actually lusty things in common people in general. So they are behind with this sensual pleasure. So one it's material pleasure is like that. It's a maya, right? That large energy. So same thing, Prajapati also has happened. Even though the rituals was Vedic, which is actually lacked in bhakti, they were offensive. So with the name of this yagna, so they are trying to get all the sensual pleasures. So right, and finally that is destroyed by Shiva. right? So same thing, a doctor in the Prabhupada explaining at the last, right? So doctor describes bitter medicine that is actually cure the disease. If a doctor, fake doctor, what they will do? He mixes with a sugar coated poison, and it will give. What will happen? It will never cure the disease. The patient enjoy the taste, but he'll die. So you should not compromise. A doctor should not compromise based on so the patient's will. So in the same way, a preacher who actually mixes sense gratification with the spirituality, it gives people sugar-coated poison, right? So when a preacher says that, okay, so according to along with your spiritual activities, you do some sense gratification. So without regulative principles, yeah, you can do spirituality. How that could happens without regulative principles? So if so he's like giving sugar coated poison to the people. So real medicine actually, so it is very bitter. So real spirituality is very hard to attain, right? Prabhupada once said, so if a guru says you can smoke, drink, and still be spiritual, people will love, right? So if any teacher says like that, so they love, the people will love because yeah, you can do all other material activities along with your spiritual activities. But he's not a guru. He's a cheater. That's what Prabhupada is telling. So a real guru sometimes speaks about uncomfortable truths. That's what Prabhupada never compromised for all these things. He never compromised. He was telling direct. So people may think anything. Yes. So because he loves the disciple souls more than his social popularity, right? He is to say upfront. So what actually he was not compromised for anything with the people, with his disciples. So in this modern world also, so religion is normally is marketing in in other than Krishna consciousness you have seen, right? So it's all spiritual comfort. They'll give very comfortable spiritual activities in this Kali Yuga. So in many other preachers and all, there will not be any regulative principles. Be spiritual, but enjoy whatever you are doing. No discipline needed. Just you need to enjoy by hearing whatever they are preaching on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So that is not the actual. So they are fake gurus. They are actually cheating preachers. But Bhagavatam says, true dharma purifies desires. It will not pamper. Bhakti doesn't mean by just only dry renunciation and all other things. It means so directing the desire toward service of the Lord. So whatever the preacher should expect, that should be actually so towards, they should take the people towards service of the Lord Sri Krishna. So, so, so you should not stop desires, but you should purify it. So desire to please, you make that, you divert your desire to towards Krishna. So we were not saying that don't desire. You desire it. You have all the desires, thousands of desires, but you make all the desire towards the Krishna only, right? So, so speak the truth. We have to speak the truth with devotion. So you should not dilute all the devotion to so with fake dharma along with all sensual enjoyment and the other things, right? So this is okay, 7 o'clock. So I'm just concluding. So after hearing all these things by Narad Muni, as they've understood that, so he composed Srimad Bhagavatam and glorifying pure costly devotional service, everything. So this is the, and then he understood that. So I haven't so glorified the Lord. So bhakti, pure bhakti was not given in other literature. So it was actually mixed in Mahabharata and all. There will be both. Prabhupada is telling, right? Both material thing as well, economic, politics, everything is there in Mahabharata. But Bhagavad Gita also there. But people will take only other thing, not the Bhagavad Gita. not the devotion process. They will enjoy all other politics and all other things in Mahabharata. So we have to. So he understood that what is missed. So and then he wrote this Srimad Bhagavatam after that. So yeah. So I'm just stopping here. Yeah, if you have any question, anything.
Devotees, if you have any questions, comments, reflections, please open up. One question, Prabhu. Some people will say that when we are in the class, or when we are with the devotees, or when we are with the association of the Krishna, when we are hearing all these good things, we were able to control our mind and our activities. But when we are alone, and when we are with non-devotees, and when we are with not having association, at that time we are attacked by all these desires. How can we be as is every time?
Yeah, Krishna Prabhuji, yes, Prabhuji. So that is very difficult in this Maya. So Maya is very strong. It's because of his Krishna, that is Krishna's energy. So it's very difficult to because uh, once we come out from this association, devotees association, we will not have any association because we are not actually so associate with scripture and so we should always so yeah, yes in Sharanagati limbs of six limbs of Sharanagati we have seen in Hari Bhakti Vilas. So anukulasya sankalpa. So we should do what favorable to Krishna. So we know that actually what is favor to the Krishna, which is what activities, what actions that we do. So from all day, so which favorable to Krishna. We know that we should actually follow those things, and then so pratikulasya varjanam. We should actually so away from all the activities, actions that we do, which is not favorable to Krishna. So that we need to follow. So we need to understand, read the scripture whenever we are alone. So we need to uh, read the scripture. Prabhupada has given a lot of translated scriptures. So and then yeah, we need to follow these six limbs of Sharanagati so that we will be yeah. So slowly with so if no devotees are around, we have books. Prabhupada's books are there with us always. Even if it is not physical copy, there is online copies. You can just go start reading and doing worship the Lord. So that through that we can do that. And then always we should think that at least so Rakshishyati Vishwaso and then Gopurtevaranam Tata. So always at least faith on the Lord. So and then He'll be protect us. So keep remembering by His all glories. That is all we can do, no, Prabhuji. That's what I know. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very nice, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Correction.
Can I tell one of my practice which helped me in this?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, what I do is I do 3 times. I go and do seva, Mangalarati, and then Rajbhog, and then evening Sandhya Arati. Every time I go there, I tried to or um, I have tried to arpan everything what I do from the last time. For example, I now just completed my Mangalarati. I went there and told from last Sayan Arati what I have done yesterday night, yesterday evening, till now, whatever I did, I'm giving it to you. And then I'm doing Sri Krishna Arpanam Mastu, Sri Krishna Arpanam Mastu, Sri Krishna Arpanam Mastu. That's how many times you do. It's your choice. Do that. Once you start doing that, even you cannot tell a white lie. Cannot tell because you have to do that. After 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, you have to go and then give everything to Krishna, whatever you have done. So you cannot tell even a white lie. You cannot tell anything, cannot do anything which is not favorable to Krishna. It's practice basically. I don't know about theory, but practice. In the beginning, when I started this, I used to go and tell I am giving this minus this. Yeah, believe me, I used to do that because I did mistakes, and I minus it, and slowly, slowly, slowly that minus reduced, reduced, reduced. Sometimes it happens even now. I do some minus, but it's heavily reduced, and that helped because I'll have to do favorable to Krishna. I'll have to do that also after 6 hours, 8 hours. It slowly makes such mandatory. It keeps in mind always that I will have to do whatever favorable to Krishna. Nothing can be done which I cannot go and tell Krishna that, hey Krishna, I'm giving it back to you. So it's a practice. It can help to others.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Very nice. Any other one? Any other person want to reflect on this? Yeah.
Hare
Uh,
Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, especially reading book, especially Prabhupada book, because Prabhupada book contains all related to bhakti. So whenever we are not in contact or association with devotee, so Maya will pull. So if you are reading continuously Prabhupada book, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and all those things, so that would be helpful as far as my limited knowledge, Prabhuji.
yeah. Wonderful, Prabhuji. I would like to add my reflections. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Krishna mentioned that Vacho Vegam, Manaso Vegam, Krodha Vegam, Udarapasta Vegam, Udara Vegam. Whoever control all these Vegas, they can easily control, they can easily become guru for the entire world. So, no matter whatever you practice, this Vegas will drag you. So, you need to identify what is triggering all these Vegas, especially watch your Vega. If you, what you are talking, what you are doing, Manaso Vegam, Krodha Vegam, Udara Vegam, and Udarapasta Vegam. So, Manaso Vegam, whenever you are associating with all these non-devotional movies or non-devotional activities, non-devotional clippings in the internet, you will be tempted to all these things. And Udara Vegam and Udarapasta Vegam, these two also will play a great role. When you eat more, especially in the night time, it will create a um, load onto the genitals, and it will genitals will get more pressure, and then Udarapasta Vegam will start. The genitals will react. Oh, I want to associate with opposite sex. So eating habit also we need to be controlled. If you overeat, the consequences are it will create more sex desires and uncontrollable senses. So we need to apply these six all the time, all the time, all the time in our day-to-day life. If anything is dominating, we need to take a break and chant or find some association either through book or through lecture or through a phone call to your teammate or your Shiksha Guru or some senior Vaishnava, have some conversation with that matter, or take up some goal like, okay, I have a preaching activity today, I need to prepare for that, or I have a temple construction activity, I need to go there. So, if you do that, you can easily curb all these Vegas. Yeah, yeah, these are all practical things. The more you practice, the more you engage, the more you realize, the more purification you will see that. So you can experience this purification, this sense control thing, all these things. One should feel it. Then automatically all these lusty desires will go off very easily from our mind. Yeah, that is my reflections. Anybody want to add anything for this?
One more thing also we can do is, if in case you identify something that actually hurt you, yeah, the chanting is the very quick weapon for us. Just very loudly chant, 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 very loudly chant, chant, chant. That solves the problem. But after that, when I practice this, when I do some cleaning work, either at home, anywhere else, I always prefer to do that. I always bring that thing into that cleaning. I told Krishna, I'm cleaning, not the whatever the things, whether it's a ground cleaning, whether it's a home, it's some vessels or what, nothing. I'm cleaning my mind. I did this mistake. Now I'm putting into this vessel. I'm cleaning it. Help me to clean my mind. So do that. So that will keep coming in your mind. Krishna, help me cleaning, help me cleaning. The most important cleaning is cleaning our mind. So
Yes.
whenever we do any cleaning activity, if we put that also into that and tell, hey Krishna, help me cleaning this, it will go away slowly. I practiced this and then I experienced it also. It helps a lot. So I think I don't have any theoretical knowledge. Whatever I try practicing to clean my mind, to
Wonderful, Prabhu.
always 24 by 7 on Krishna, nothing
Yeah.
else. So that
Accepting menial services will make us to more humble.
yeah.
So, all this cleaning, serving, helping, um, doing some lowest seva, it will help us to make more humbler and more calm. Wonderful, Prabhu. Very nice. Very nice. You're all wonderful devotees. Okay, so wish one day all our congregation, all our people will free from all these desires and become pure devotees, including all of us. With that, we'll conclude here. Let's thank His Grace Purna Prakash Gaura Prabhu for delivering wonderful class by chanting three times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Few announcements. Tomorrow we have, on Sunday we have a Sunday feast. We have a special guest, His Grace Shyama Govinda Das Prabhu. He is traveling from UK. So please take his association. And on Monday we have a Gita Jayanti. We are performing Gita Mahayagna. All of you come and participate and get more mercy of Krishna. If Krishna pleases, everything is possible. If Krishna doesn't please, it's very hard to move the things. So, for the pleasure of Krishna, come and serve and perform the yajna. Try to hear all 700 slokas, everything. Um, our next Bhagavatam class will be on Mondays morning, 6:30 a.m. So, with that, we'll conclude here by offering our prayers to Lord Narasimhadev, by seeking His mercy and His protection to entire congregation and enter the world. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jlantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishणं Bhadram Mutyormutyornamamiham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jlantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishणं Bhadram Mutyormutyornamamiham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jlantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishणं Bhadram Mutyormutyornamamiham. Narasimha Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Let's offer our obeisances to all assembled Vaishnavas who gave opportunity to hear wonderful Bhagavatam. Pancha Kulpatarabhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Pancha Kulpatarabhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Let's offer our Yuga Dharma, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. भगवान श्री कृष्ण परमात्मा की जय। अमल पुराणम श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। गीता जयंती महामहोत्सव की जय। गौर प्रेमनंदे हरि हरि बोल. Tomorrow we are going for book distribution Saturday. So I encourage everyone to come and distribute Bhagavad Gitas. We have a lot of Bhagavad Gitas. Our goal is to distribute 800 Gitas. Till now we were able to distribute only around 3 to 350 Bhagavad Gitas. So we have a lot more to go by end of this year. I need all your help to distribute Bhagavad Gitas. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Next.